Hey guys, and welcome back to another Unreal Engine 4 tutorial. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to create ice, or any slippery surface. So essentially when the player is moving on this surface, in this example ice, they're going to slip around, have less control over their movement and all that good stuff you'd expect in real life. So let me hit play and show you what this is going to look like. So you can see here we have our ice. If I walk around here normally, it's normal movement. If I then walk on top of the ice, you can see we're now slipping around when I move. When I stop as well, we're going to kind of slip like that too. So we're going to be making this slippery surface that you can see here today. So without further ado, let me delete this code and I'll show you how I've done it. So the first thing you want to do is you obviously want to have your ice material. So I've just downloaded some ice textures off of the CCO textures website, which I'll leave a link to in the description down below. And I've just created a material, right click, material, and in here I've simply just put in the color, the roughness, and the normal maps in here. You can do this however you like with as many different texture maps as you like as well, but this is just the basic one I've got, and obviously you don't actually need nice material, it just makes it look a lot nicer. You can use any material you like. For example, this might just be if you're on a slope, you want the player to slide down it, or anything along those lines. I'm going to close this, and now I'm going to create my blueprint for what I want to be slippy. So again, in this example it's ice, but this does work with anything. So I'm going to right click, go to blueprint class, get an actor, and then I'm just going to name this one Ice BP, like so, opening that up straight away like this. And in here, I'm just going to add a component, and I'm going to add a cube. This cube is going to be my ice, so I'll just name it ice. Then I'm just going to make it a bit thinner on the Z. And the reason I'm using a cube instead of a plane is because I want this to actually be a solid object the player can't fall through, and it is two-sided as well. And then the material, I'm going to set to be my ice material, which I just made. Again, set that to whatever you like, and you can see we now have our ice in here. With the cube still selected, I'm going to add another component. I'm going to add a box collision. And this box collision is going to determine when and where the player should have the slippy physics. So I'm then just going to scale this up to be the correct size to fit this cube that we have here for our ice, so it works perfectly. Just make it a bit thicker like that as well. So I think that's going to be good, as that seems to perfectly fit the ice for me. Obviously there's a little millimeter here the player won't notice. So I'm going to compile and then go over to the event graph, and I'm going to delete these three nodes here. Then right click on the box collision, add event, add on component begin overlap, right click it again, add event, add on component end overlap. So now we have the begin and end overlap events for our box collision. Out of the other actor of these, I'm going to cast to our character, which for me is the third person character. And we want to do this on begin and end overlap for the other actor of each one. And the reason we're doing this is to make sure that it is the character which is overlapping, and so we can access the character's character movement, so we can mess about with it and change some values. And we're going to do those values now. So I'm going to do the end overlap first, so resetting it back to the player's normal movement, so I can then give you the values that it is by default, and then we'll change them accordingly. So end overlap, cast a third person character. As third person character, we're going to get the character movement. It should be down at the bottom here, like so. And out of this, we're going to then set ground friction, which as it sounds, is just friction or the grip the player has on the ground. By default, this is a value of 8. So unless you've changed this, it will be 8 for you. And then we're going to come out the character movement again, and now we're going to set braking deceleration for walking, as you can see here. And the default value for this is 2048. So again, unless you've changed those, that's what they're going to be for you. And if you don't want to change their default value, or just double check to make sure that's what they are for you, you can open up your character blueprint. So I'm going to go to content, third person BP, blueprints, third person character, select the character movement, and then just search for them. So we've got ground friction, which you can see is 8 there, and braking deceleration walking, which is 2048 there. Just again, set those values to whatever you want them to be. Back in the ice blueprint, that's all we need to do for resetting the movement back to normal. Now we also want to set it to be slippy. So I'm going to select the character movement, set ground friction, and set braking deceleration for walking. Copy and paste via Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V, and connect these into the cast of a begin overlap, so we're then changing these values again. Ground friction, I'm going to set to be 0, so we have no friction on the ground, and the braking deceleration, I'm going to set to 350. Obviously change these values accordingly to what you want and to make them perfect for you, but for me I think these values are going to work great, as these are the ones which I tested out earlier. Obviously the higher this value is, the more friction it's going to have when it's decelerating, so the quicker it will stop, and the higher this value is, the more friction it will have while moving, so again the less slippy it will be. So I'm going to compile, save, and that is it done. It is very, very simple. All we need to do to make the player slippy is just change the ground friction and braking, deceleration, walking. So I'm going to minimize this, and now I'm just going to put this ice in my level to test it out. So I'm going to ice BP there. I'm just going to make this the correct size I want for this area, which I made earlier. Obviously the texture will get bigger as well as I scale this up, but I'm not too worried right now about the texture and material. I just want the fundamental of the slipping. So I think that's going to be good for me. Maybe make it a tad bit bigger, like that. Now if I hit play, you can see as we walk here, this is perfectly normal. And if we walk onto the ice, we should now have slip. So if I let go of W, we're going to keep sliding forwards and then come to a gradual stop. If I'm walking again and try to turn, we're going to be slipping on the ice like so. And then if I stop, we're just going to be sliding about like this. So this works perfectly. So I think that'll be it for this video. So we've done everything we want to do. We've set up a slippy material, in this case ice, in which when we're walking on it, we're going to be sliding around. And when we try to stop, we'll also come to a gradual, steady stop like so, sliding about like this, which works perfectly. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, make sure to like and subscribe down below. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.